I wanted to share my current setup I have for my ultimate pick up and go, but also be able to sit down and also be able to address my specific issue, which is congenital cervical spinal stenosis, which is the worst version of spinal stenosis you can have. Everyone gets it at some point. It's the narrowing of your spine, but I can't always just look down and draw on a pen display. I need a pen tablet. And so this is the Samsung Tab S8. I also have the S6 Lite, but this is my upgrade to that, and it's for one specific reason, and that is video out. That's the only reason why I got this. Yeah, so I can go ahead and use this as a regular drawing display. It's a full Android system. The S8 has the Snapdragon Gen 1, 8 Gen 1, which is a great performing processor for drawing at least. And then I'm mixing it in combination with the Wacom One pen. You obviously don't need to do this, but the one special thing I'm doing with this pen is I have a titanium nib, and specifically a very thin and narrow titanium nib, in conjunction with a paper feeling screen protector that you kind of see the texture there. This does not scratch this screen protector. Now, I'm going to say this up front. This is a very, very specific configuration. There are other paper feeling screen protectors you can get on the market for your Samsung tablet. However, if you combine it with a metal nib, such as on my S6 Lite, I also have a paper feeling screen protector that has a bunch of micro scratches from that metal nib. So this will not work across all your screen protectors, specifically if it's just a regular matte screen protector. Now, the reason why I went with a metal screen or matte or yeah, a metal nib is that this matte screen protector is extremely aggressive towards destroying nibs. And so I went through a whole rigmarole of a bunch of different types of nibs. And what I found is that the nibs from the Wacom One nib works phenomenally good. It's incredibly high quality. It takes a very long time to wear down, but it's very slippery on this matte or paper feeling screen protector. And I would prefer that resistance. And so you can use the nibs from the Pro Pen 2, but that's also a little bit of a dangerous situation, just as you would for this titanium nib. Now, I'm going to close out with one more thing about this nib specifically, and that is that if you are going to go this route, I'm going to put links to everything I'm showing here, that if you want to buy these, you can. It can be used with the regular Samsung pen. These are both compatible with the nibs that you can switch around, but this nib does not bend. It does not break. It does not dent. If you drop this pen and it lands on this nib, you could very easily break this pen or your S Pen or whatever pen that these titanium nibs will sit inside of. So it's a dangerous thing that you're going to be doing. People also report that their sensitivity would die at some point. I'm okay. This pen's 28 bucks. It's not an expensive pen. It has pressure and tilt. It doesn't have Bluetooth support. I don't need that for drawing. And so I'm just putting a little precaution to that. I've been very, very happy. This nib against this paper feeling screen protector specifically is more akin to like a calligraphy pen or a fountain pen against construction paper. It's that much resistance. It's not as good as felt tips, and you can get felt tips specifically for the Wacom One pen, but those felt tips will wear down a little bit quicker, and they are fairly expensive. I think it's $15 for me, including shipping and tax, to get it here, and it comes with I think 10. So that would last me probably like 2 weeks. I have to spend $15 every 2 weeks on felt nibs because I do this for note taking as well. Now, this enclosure or this holding apparatus, this little stand here, is from Efolio. I'm not sure how to say their name. I got this for my iPad Air, or just iPads in general. This is the 10-inch variant. So if you're getting the plus variants of the 8 Plus and 9 Plus, or the smaller Ultra, not the big Ultra, this will not work for these Plus variants. They have a different size for that you can use, but this one specifically will only fit the 11-inch variants of the S6, S7, S8, and S9, as well as the iPads. This is designed specifically for the iPad, and the only issue I have with this is that because of the groove that's cut here, it's designed for these little thin Apple chargers. If you have these really thick chunky cables that you want to pass through, it does not fit because the groove here is not cut thick enough. And so I've done a couple of things, but I want to show you this real quick here. With this stand, you can change the actual angle. It's very chunky and thick, but you can get a very high tilt if you want to. And so you can get a really, really good drawing angle on that, or you can lay it completely flat. I can also pair this with my arm system and just have just a better area. It makes the 10-inch or the 11-inch tablet feel so much more bigger than it would initially be just drawing without any additional borders on the side here. And I like that it can hold the pen. If you have the S Pen, it does fit up here too. It snaps into place. Really, really cool for that. Now, in order to fix this issue though, because if you try to put in a charger to charge your tablet or get video out or music or something like that, the position that this is in right now will cause issues with the cable because it has to like turn on an angle. Again, this is designed for an iPad specifically. And so what I got was I purchased these little right-angled versions that support video out and power and data. And I have it go to my USB hub here that I have that has power pass-through, HDMI, and some USB-C ports that I can go ahead and connect. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up real quick because the last thing I'm doing for all of this, the reason why I even bought this in the first place, is that this S8 and the S6 and all the S Pens support their air hover feature, which allows me to go ahead and get a cursor to show when I mirror the screen to a monitor. That's the whole point of all of this. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and then plug it into my monitor. Not push this all the way? It did not. Okay. So the whole point of this now is that I can now look at a monitor rather than look down. So I can draw and write notes for short periods of time, 5-15 minutes. But if I want to do a longer drawing session and I don't need to use Samsung DeX specifically, I will put it in this housing and then I can go ahead with the hover feature. So if I go ahead and zoom in on the monitor here, I can see where the cursor is going to land. So I can use this as a pen tablet now. Now obviously the monitor or the display is on as well, but that's not a big deal. And then I can go ahead and use my applications as I want. So here's a sketch I'm working on in Concepts, which I really, really like. I'll make a different video on. This was another quick little sketch I just kind of wrapped up for now. So I really, really like this experience where I can have both a pen display and a pen tablet and a mobile portable art solution, as well as being able to take notes. This has Samsung DeX mode, so I can do more desktop oriented stuff. I've been trying to do that, but this is going to be a different video. I just wanted to show you my current setup that I have in terms of an all-in-one solution for drawing. And as much as I like my S6, where in terms I really don't even notice any difference in performance, it's that video out and the hover feature being accessible in that video out feature that I just really, really like. So I don't have to, be hunched over onto the display, and then I can pair it up with some, like wireless keyboard or something like that here that I have. And this can go up all upstairs with me because I don't need it down here. I already have a drawing solution for sitting down for many hours at end to draw and draw.